For years, the conflict was largely confined to remote rural areas, until 2001, when the newly crowned King Gyanendra let loose the Royal Nepalese Army, or RNA, on the insurgents. Overnight, the death toll rose dramatically. Human rights abuses escalated to unprecedented levels, and according to international human rights groups, the country now holds the unenviable record for the highest number of politically motivated disappearances anywhere in the world. Human rights lawyer Mandira Sharma deals with these abuses on a daily basis.
Courts are not functioning properly. Court orders are not observed. Torture is being used very systematically and routinely. Extrajudicial killings are going on, and there is no investigations at all on those sort of cases. Victims of disappearances have faced the similar problems. There is no remedy for the victims. So we have been going through the worst time in terms of human rights.
Torture has become a commonly used tactic, and these drawings, based on the testimony of torture victims, leave little to the imagination. This man is one such torture victim. Recently released from arbitrary detention, he still lives in fear, afraid to show his face or talk to the camera. For more than a year, he was shuttled from police station to army barracks without ever being told why he was under arrest. Throughout his detention, the army consistently denied that he was in their custody, leaving his family unsure of where he was, not knowing if he was dead or alive.
The army has been systematically torturing people. They have been very systematically killing civilians and also using forced disappearances of people. And they have complete impunity.
The United Nations Special Rapporteur on Torture, Manfred Novak, has also levelled accusations of systematic torture at the army. Army spokesman Brigadier General Deepak Gurung denies the charge.
He used the word systematic, so I mean, which is totally wrong. It's not true. It's not systematic. Maybe individual cases might be there of torture, etc., etc. But then, if anyone commits a mistake and we come to know of it, we carry out our investigations and we court-martial.
Tracking down the truth in this conflict is difficult and dangerous. There's little or no press freedom, and the government seeks a monopoly of information on a civil war that nobody wants.
99.999% of Nepali people don't want this war. They don't want to have anything to do with it, and yet they are the victims. The people realize this is just a power struggle between the revolutionaries, who are outdated in their ideology, and a monarchy that wants to take the country back 3 decades. And if in that power struggle, they just got in the middle.
Rukum district in the midwest of the country is typical of much of Nepal. Like many areas, the country's topography and lack of development means no roads and access only by air. Passengers alighting here step straight into the heart of the conflict. Musikot is the capital city of Rukum and serves as a perfect illustration of the military stalemate that this conflict has become. District capitals like this have become garrison towns, guarded by hundreds of policemen and soldiers, and heavily defended. And with such a concentration of force ranged against them, towns like Musikot remain beyond the military reach of the Maoists. The last time they attacked a garrison town in Rukum, the aftermath was heavy defeat and loss of life. In these heavily fortified hilltop bases, the government army is almost invincible. But the rest of the district is no man's land and under the effective control of the Maoists. And apart from the occasional patrol, a no-go zone for the RNA. But whatever popular support the rebels once enjoyed here in the birthplace of their revolution has now been largely lost to violent and coercive tactics. Bal Bahadur Malla is Rukum's chief district officer and the most senior government representative in a district torn apart by the conflict.
The situation is grave here regarding Maoist activities. In general, all parts of the district is severely affected by Maoist activities here. Maoists are terrorists, in my opinion, because they have initiated from the very beginning anti-social activities. That's why they are terrorists.
Man Kumari Bista agrees. She took shelter here among the heavy police and army presence after Maoists drove her and her son out of their village. Right across the country, hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced by war and economic necessity. Having lost what little they own, these people survive through the mutual support of their fellow displaced. Branded a class enemy by the Maoists, Man Kumari Bista at least managed to escape with her life. Her husband was not so lucky.
So utu presiden ko fir badala mare pichi sab gar jal sar tinta gar jalayo dan sar hu jalayo gier auto jaladi sab khaidu yesai dukha pira payen ki admira ye dukho kul heddo tibeni zora be digin azbuli jasto gorbe ni uni paldahan sora वर्ष dukho kadni sa के खाइगन बस्ने के गर्ने के थोड्नु न छागल के बेलको के खमन्ने